everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this tiny single mum's home. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also go ahead and put a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So like I said, well actually in the title I did just say mum. I know in the actual video title it's mom, but from where I'm from we don't really say that. So, well actually I'm from northeast England, and I actually say ma'am, and I know people down south say mum, and then people elsewhere like America and other places say mom, so that's why I put that in the title, since it's more of like a, you know, well-known term I suppose, but it just doesn't really work in my accent saying that, so that's why I said it differently. Anyway, that's totally not important. So, as you can see, we are doing a very small home today. Nowadays on my channel, I tend just to go for bigger builds and mansions, as you probably know, but sometimes it is kind of nice just to do a build where I don't have to spend like so many hours on it, and you know, just do something a little bit different. And it's sometimes a little bit of a challenge as well, because even in smaller homes, and I've said this before, but I do have the tendency to sort of make the bedrooms and everything on a much bigger scale, even in smaller homes, since that's what I'm used to. So it is sometimes a little bit challenging, especially with tiny homes, to do that. Another thing as well is that people actually tell me that sometimes it is nice to kind of do a smaller build, and that they would like to see some of those as well, and not just bigger builds, because I know it's not, you know, there is a lot more people who enjoy my mansion builds, but there is also people out there who enjoy seeing smaller builds as well. So I think it's nice sometimes just to kind of make a mix of things. So this home has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. One of the bedrooms is kind of like for maybe like a child girl, and there's also the master bedroom where the parent sleeps, and there's also a toddler bed in there as well. So really this could be for 3 Sims, but if you wanted to use it for 2 parents, then you could have 4 people living here. It would be a bit of a squeeze, but you know, it would work if you wanted to do that, and that's fine. So it came in at 45,880 simoleons, and I built it on a 20 by 15 lot in Newcrest. And then for the packs I used today, I really didn't use a lot. So I used Seasons, Cats and Dogs, City Living, Get Together, and then for the game packs I only used Parenthood, and then for the stuff packs I only used toddler stuff. So that's not a lot of things. It is still a lot of expansions, but compared to some other builds I've done, and also when you look at all the packs in general for the entire build, it isn't as much as normal, so that's great. And like I said, the price of 45,000, I tried just to kind of restrict it here and there as I could, because I know I have a tendency to kind of go overboard on the price. Again, going back to, because I do mansions all the time, I just don't really think about the price a lot, since, you know, those homes are for richer Sims anyway. But for tiny homes and, you know, small homes in general, I still end up making them quite pricey. So I think that the lot size today, and just generally the size of the home, did bring the price down a lot as well. But I also thought about it a little bit more in terms of what items I was putting in to bring the price down a little bit too. And this build really took me no time at all. I think it was around like the 30-minute mark, really, not like really no time. So this video was going to end up being like, I think about 7-8 minutes long. So what I actually did is with the footage of today's build, I did actually not speed it up as much as I usually do. Now I have had people tell me this before, like ask me questions about how much I speed up my videos, and I actually don't know, because in my editor it doesn't tell me how much I'm speeding up. I just drag the clips to the highest speed it'll go, and it doesn't have an amount on it or anything. It just, that's the speed I go for. So I kind of just dragged it out a little bit more. Again, nothing like really set in stone. I just dragged it out to a normal length, I would say. So let me know what you think about the speed today. Do you kind of prefer it like this, or do you not mind it, or is it too slow? Is it, you know, too fast again? Or, you know, just give me your thoughts on that. So a little bit more about this build. I did actually try to go a little bit more sort of kind of put more thought into the colour, because I have a lot of tendencies to go for neutral colours in my builds, which is fine, and I just love to do that. But I thought for the kind of the style and the theme of this home and who it's for, I thought it'd be really nice and fun and just a little bit different to make it really colourful. So it's both that, you know, areas on the interior, but also on the exterior with the red and pink siding, which is totally different for me. I would never really do that. Well, actually, I do red siding sometimes, but pink is something I never really do. So, you know, that was a nice change. And then also as well, now this is a bit, I've noticed like a bit of a debate about this, whether you can put things on the exterior of a tiny home and kind of still has a count as a tiny home, which I think of more that you have everything that you need to live in the actual home itself within the walls of the interior, and then everything else in the exterior is just bonus stuff that your Sims can use to kind of, you know, just enjoy and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I went ahead and made like a little backyard area. I mean, it's only on a 20 by 15 lot, so I really didn't have that much space to kind of work with, but I did go ahead and put a climbing frame in. I think I went ahead and put a few planter boxes and a few other things as well, maybe an outdoor barbecue. I can't actually really remember. I did this build a couple of weeks ago now, and I haven't really had the chance to upload it for some reason. I don't really know why. I'm just getting around to it now, so I can't actually remember much about what I did for the backyard area, but you'll see that a little bit later, because I did actually go ahead and include all the footage from start to finish in this build. Like I was saying before, how this build really took me no time at all. I went ahead and recorded everything and included everything in the speed build, because sometimes with bigger builds I might have to take out a little bit of the floor planning, a little bit of the landscape, and if it's getting repetitive, or even just putting down the wall coverings and flooring tiles, sometimes I will have to go ahead and take that out. But since today this build is really short, I went ahead and left that in. So I felt it's a bit of a nice, you know, change, since I don't always include that, so you can kind of see a little bit more about that. And yeah, so another thing as well is that I did go ahead and put a little bit more clutter in today's build. Well, saying that, I didn't really go, you know, kind of crazy, but it just, you know, a little bit more here and there, because I felt like it has a really specific personality, this build, so I thought that'd be nice to include. I did have a little bit of trouble deciding what fence I wanted to use today, so I went ahead and started off with this one here, which is from Get Together, but I thought it was a little bit more too on the modern side, so I did go ahead and change it out for the toddler stuff one. So if you don't have toddler stuff, then that's the only item I use from that pack. So, you know, if you don't have that pack and you still want to download this build, that's absolutely fine. You just have to replace it with another fence. For a little bit more interest, I did also go ahead and kind of combine it with the hedge fence as well from base game. So again, if you don't have that toddler stuff pack, then you could just go ahead and extend the hedges that I have in the corners, and use that as the full, you know, fence. That'll be fine. So we're just working on a few final touches here. We're kind of doing pretty much everything on the interior. I'm just finishing off with a bit of outdoor activities, and I think we've got a little bit more landscaping to do, then we're finished with the build. So I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions for anything else that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear, especially anything I can do with Realm of Magic, because that is coming up soon, and if you have any more ideas for that, then I'd love to know. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and like I said, I do have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!